So now we're going to practice on how to insert and create a data table into a Google Slides. So first thing we need to do is open up a new Google Slides. I'm going to click on my waffle and then select Slides and click on a blank slide. Another way to open up a Google Slide is to go to your Drive, click on New, and select Slides. So go ahead and do that right now and give me a thumbs up when you're done. So now that I have my Google Slides open, I need to title it. We're just going to title it Data Table Practice. And I'm actually going to click out of the theme so I can see my whole slide. I also, instead of using this format, I want to use a blank slide to create my data table because I want my data table to take up this whole slide. So go ahead and select a blank template. Next, we're going to insert and then scroll down to a chart. And for our purposes, we're going to use the column chart style. So click on that. As you can see, my table is outlined in blue. When it's outlined in blue, that means I can move it around. And again, I want the whole slide to take up the table. So again, make sure that your table is outlined in blue. And I'm going to make it as large as I possibly can. All right. Now, if your table is not outlined in blue, you will not be able to move it. So make sure that it's outlined in blue. Okay. Next, we need to change the information in this data table. They've given us a data table about teams and points. And for us, we need to create a data table for average temperatures. So I'm going to click on the bottom arrow or the down arrow and select open source. So go ahead and do that now. You should see another tab opened, and the tab will be a Google Sheets tool. And just give it some time to load. All right. Now I want to select this table, and you can do the same. Select the table, make sure it's outlined in blue, and then drag it over to the gray columns so we can view everything. The next thing is to make sure that we can see all of our written data over here on columns A, B, and C. Now, currently, the row starts at row 7. We want to move it all the way up so we can see row 1. So go ahead and make sure you can see all this information and then give me a thumbs up so we can move on to our next step. I'm going to drag my table a little bit more up so I can see everything. Now the next thing we need to do is change all this information. So I'm going to delete everything in column A, column B, and column C. Now it says no data over here, but don't worry, we'll be adding some information soon enough. So once you have everything deleted, you're going to go ahead and type in titles for row A, row B, and row C. Row A will be our months. Row B will be our high temperatures, and I just abbreviated that. And column C will be the information for the low temperatures. The months that you guys are responsible for checking the climate is December. So for, again, box A2, I'm going to type in December. And if I just press the down arrow on my keyboard, I can move to box A or cell A3 and type in June, and then again click the down arrow and type in our last month in cell A4, July. Go ahead and do that and give me a thumbs up when you're done. Now, since this is practice, I went ahead and opened up another tab, and on the in the URL bar, I typed in the average climate for Honolulu, Hawaii, to find out what the high and low temperatures were. And oh, look at what we came up with. Google has not only given us the average temperatures for these months, but if you scroll down, we can select all of the months. So for December, aha, it's right here. The high on average is 82 degrees Fahrenheit and the low is 67 degrees. So I went ahead and typed in the temperatures. You guys can do the same, and then you can give me a thumbs up when you're ready to move on. Now that we have our labels for our months, December, June, and July, and we also have the high and low temperatures for each month, we need to change some information here on our actual data table. Now, we need to come up with a title. We're not talking about points, so we're going to go ahead and highlight. I'm going to move that data table over here. I want to click on these words, and when the words are highlighted in blue, go ahead and click on delete. And now we need to come up with a good title. So let's see, our data table was talking about temperatures in Hawaii. So I'm going to combine that and type average temperatures for Honolulu, Hawaii. So go ahead and do that. Another cool feature in data tables or data tables is that you can change the colors of these bar graphs. Let's see. Well, a color that reminds me of heat would be red. So in order to change these colors, you can click on any of the bars. I'm going to click on that. And on the right side, you'll see a little icon that says color. Currently, it's in blue. I'm going to change it to red. You can go ahead and change the high temperatures and the low temperatures. Pick two different colors that remind you of a high or a low temperature, and then give me a thumbs up. Okay, so this is my finished data table. Now that I'm done with this, I'm going to X out of Google Sheets and go back to my Google Slides. My Google Slides hasn't updated yet. So in order to update it, I need to click on this symbol, update. So go ahead and do that, give it some time, and now we have our new graph. We have a good title, we also have a color key here, and on our y-axis, our vertical axis, we have some numbers here to explain what the average temperatures are in December, June, and July.